Well, hello everybody out there and welcome to another random video. Yeah, and in today's video, I want to talk about those little things. What are they and why do some people hate them so much? So, what are they? Well, they are so-called automatic head cleaners. No, I'm not talking about the head that sits on your shoulders. I'm talking about the heads inside a VCR. To be more specific, I'm talking about those spinning heads inside that spinning head drum. Yeah, so those things are designed to remove some of the dirt from those heads to avoid problems during recording or playback. So the way they work is they sit somewhere in the back, and every time you insert or eject your cassette, there is a point where it slightly touches that spinning head drum for, I would say, less than a second. And this is supposed to remove some of the dirt. So why do people, I mean, it seems like a really good idea. So why do some people hate them so much? Because if you read in various different forums, there are people that really downright hate those head cleaners. And those are mostly people that do service a lot of VCRs. And they say every time when they get a VCR, the first thing that they do is to remove those head cleaners. Now, why is that? Well, they start talking about or telling you about various different horror stories. They say that, over time, those things start to fall apart, and then when they touch those spinning heads, they could get torn into pieces, or they could get caught inside those heads and it could damage the heads, or it could cause all kinds of problems, or maybe some head cleaners they turn sticky over time and then the entire heads get sticky and then the tape is getting stuck on those spinning heads and it could cause all kinds of problems. But really, I've never experienced any of this stuff, and I also don't know of anybody that has. Or maybe some people have experienced problems, but they didn't know that those problems were caused by those head cleaners. I don't know. But apparently, there are different head cleaners that are made of different materials. So there are ones that do look like they are made of some kind of cotton or something like this. And yeah, sometimes you can see some little hairs, some little frizzles. And I can understand that people are concerned that those things might get caught in the heads. It's kind of like the same problem that you have if you try to clean those heads with a Q-tip, which is something that you should not do. But then there are also head cleaners that look like they are made of some kind of spongy materials or whatever. But then there's also head cleaners like this one that look like they are made of dozens of very thin rings. And I don't really know what those rings are made for, what they are made of. If they are made of some kind of cotton or felt or whatever, I don't know what it is. So yeah, it definitely also depends on the material that they are made of, whether or not they will cause problems or whether or not they will fall apart over time. And I mean, when you look at those head cleaners, it also looks as if they are designed in a way that over time, every time they touch those spinning heads, they supposed to revolve a little bit, so that basically that the entire surface of the head cleaner is being used, which is why those head cleaners are round instead of just flat. But sometimes, as you can see on this example, you can see that sometimes a head cleaner might get stuck at a certain position and it doesn't revolve anymore, which is causing a lot of dirt building up on this one particular spot. And of course, I can see that this is something that people might be concerned of, because at a certain point when there is enough dirt, it could get sticky. And yeah, you might say, okay, at a certain point, it basically starts to reapply the dirt instead of removing dirt. So yeah, I can see that this is a problem. And I could say, yeah, just open up your VCR every now and then, every once in a while, to see if the head cleaner does revolve the way it's supposed to, and if it doesn't, maybe manually revolve it, manually turn it a little bit. But then some people might say, well, if I have to do that, I could also just remove the head cleaner and clean those heads manually. It's the same thing. But I mean, let's take a look at those head cleaners. You can see that there is a lot of dirt. So I would say it's better that those things remove dirt every time a VHS tape has been used, instead of only removing some of the dirt after, I don't know, 50 tapes or 100 tapes, or I don't know how often you would actually manually clean your heads. But I would much rather have something that cleans those heads after every use of every tape, instead of after a dozen tapes or something like that. And I mean, let's face it, the fact that those head cleaners turn dirty, that is basically the proof that they do what they are designed to do. It proves that they are actually removing dirt, right? I mean, look at that. Would you much rather have that dirt on your heads instead of on the head cleaner? I mean, complaining about head cleaners turning dirty over time, it's kind of stupid, because that's what head cleaners do. That's what they are for. And it's kind of like, yeah, complaining about Q-tips turning dirty after you cleaned your ears. Or it's like complaining about laxatives giving you diarrhea. Well, duh, that's what they are supposed to do. So yeah, I really don't know if I should really understand all that hate towards head cleaners. And you also have to think about, consumers are maybe dumb, but they are definitely also lazy. They don't take care of their things the way they should, even if the manual says that you should clean some things every now and then. I mean, people don't take care of their computers, they don't take care of their cars, and they do or don't do certain things that could cause a lot of problems. I mean, you have people that are smoking around all their delicate electronics. I mean, how dumb is that? So, yeah, what do you think? How many people back in the heydays of VCRs, how many people did actually open up their VCRs to manually clean the heads? How many people did that? And you also have to think about the fact that back then people didn't have internet. They couldn't just go online to watch a tutorial of how to clean your VCR without breaking it. So yeah, I really think that back then a lot of people would have had a lot more problems with their VCRs if those automatic head cleaners would have not existed. So yeah, I think what I would recommend is, if you get a VCR, open it up and look what condition the head cleaner is at or in. So what condition it has. And if it's really dirty, maybe try to find a replacement, or maybe apply some isopropyl alcohol, some drops of isopropyl alcohol, and then maybe rub it on some paper, trying to remove some of the dirt from the head cleaners. And yeah, if you can't find a replacement, and if you can't clean it, or if it's in a really bad condition, then yeah, maybe take it out and use paper to manually clean your heads. But if it still looks in a somewhat good condition, just keep it. I would say, yeah, if it's in a good condition, I mean, what could go wrong? Seriously. Um, yeah, I think that's it. So, yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you found that video informative, and tell me what your opinion is, what you think about those automatic head cleaners. And yeah, thanks for watching. Check out my channel. I do have a lot of playlists of various different things, videos about flip clocks and mini discs and wrist watches, and I also have a bunch of movie reviews, and I definitely continue making movie reviews. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I see you in the next video. Bye.